Imagine you wake up tomorrow morning, look out your window, and the sun isn't there. Not obscured by clouds, not a late dawn, but simply gone. Impossible, right? Absurd. The sun always rises. It's a fundamental truth, a bedrock certainty we build our entire lives around. We plan our days, our seasons, our agricultural cycles, even our deepest hopes for continuity, all on the unwavering expectation that the sun will reappear. But let me ask you truly, how do you know with absolute, undeniable, unassailable certainty that the sun will rise tomorrow? What is your irrefutable proof beyond a shadow of a doubt? You might instantly retort, well, it's always risen before. Or the immutable laws of physics dictate it. Or empirical science has proven this regularity countless times. And these are all perfectly reasonable, even intuitively correct, everyday answers. We rely on them constantly. But what if I told you that, according to one of history's most brilliant, incisive, and profoundly unsettling minds, none of those are actual proof in the strictest sense? What if your deep-seated certainty isn't a certainty at all, but something far more fragile, far more psychological, and ultimately, far more human? This isn't just an abstract philosophical game concocted in an ivory tower. Think about the world we inhabit today. We live in an era where concepts like the Matrix or incredibly sophisticated AI simulations are no longer confined to speculative sci-fi novels or fringe theories. We grapple seriously with the unsettling possibility that our perceived reality could be a meticulously crafted illusion, that what we experience might be nothing more than elaborate electrical signals interpreted by a brain hooked up to a hyper-advanced machine, or even a single, grand cosmic computation playing out on some alien supercomputer. If we can entertain the idea that an advanced civilization or an ultra-powerful artificial intelligence could be pulling the strings of our reality, dictating its rules and processes, then suddenly, the seemingly simple question of the sun's rising takes on a whole new, chilling dimension. What if the programmer of our reality decides to hit delete on the sun rising subroutine? What if the underlying code is subtly tweaked? Our most basic assumptions, the very bedrock of our understanding, become instantly vulnerable. It's a dizzying thought, isn't it? The very ground beneath our feet seems to shift, revealing an unexpected abyss. And it's precisely this profound sense of intellectual unease, this fundamental questioning of our most cherished assumptions about knowledge, that an 18th century Scottish philosopher named David Hume dared to provoke. Long before computers, before neural networks, before virtual reality was even a twinkle in a technologist's eye, Hume looked at the world with an unflinching gaze and pointed out that many of our most fundamental beliefs we hold to be ironclad truths about cause and effect, about the future mirroring the past, about the very existence of a stable, predictable external world might actually be nothing more than deeply ingrained habits of mind. They are powerful, they are pervasive, they are incredibly useful for navigating daily life, but they are not certain facts derived from pure, unassailable reason or direct, self-evident experience in the way we often assume. Hume wasn't some doom-saying prophet advocating for nihilism or suggesting we all run screaming into the streets, convinced the sky might fall. Far from it. What he did, with unparalleled philosophical rigor, was to pull back the curtain on the hidden mechanics of human understanding itself, revealing a fascinating, if sometimes profoundly disquieting, truth about how our minds actually operate. He challenged the very foundations of knowledge that philosophers had painstakingly built for centuries, from ancient Greece to his own Enlightenment era, forcing us to confront the inherent limits of our own reason and the surprising, undeniable power of custom, belief, and expectation. His insights were revolutionary, even scandalous in their time, and they continue to resonate with startling relevance today. In this video, we're going to embark on an exhilarating, albeit sometimes challenging, journey through Hume's masterpiece, An Inquiry Concerning Human Understanding. We're going to systematically deconstruct, piece by painstaking piece, how we claim to know anything at all. We'll meticulously explore his groundbreaking arguments concerning causality, the problem of induction, that very issue of the sun rising tomorrow, the nature of personal identity, and the limits of our empirical experience. And yes, we'll grapple with the potentially unsettling, even radical, implications of his thought, from the nature of miracles to the very idea of free will and objective moral truths. But don't worry, this isn't an exercise in intellectual demolition for its own sake, nor a descent into an abyss of skepticism. Our core promise to you is this: by the end of our exploration, you won't just see the world differently, you'll possess a much firmer, more honest, and ultimately more robust understanding of the limits and the genuine strengths of human reason itself. This journey will allow us to rebuild our understanding of reality, not on the shaky ground of unfounded assumptions, but on a foundation that is, paradoxically, both humbler in its claims and profoundly more resilient in its grasp of what we can truly know. Prepare to question everything you thought you knew, because sometimes the most solid and enduring truths emerge precisely from the most radical and fearless doubts. You know, there are some books that just stick with you. The kind that don't just add information to your brain, but fundamentally rearrange the furniture up there. I'm talking about a book that, against all my expectations, completely blew my mind, and it was written over 250 years ago. Today, we're diving into a philosophical powerhouse, a true intellectual gem, called An Inquiry Concerning Human Understanding by David Hume. Now, before you picture some dusty, unapproachable academic, let me tell you about David Hume. Forget the stereotypical philosopher with a furrowed brow, lost in an ivory tower. Hume was anything but. He was a character, a legend of the Scottish Enlightenment. Imagine a man known for his wit, his charm, his love of good company, and even better conversation. He was gregarious, well-traveled, a diplomat, a historian, and yes, a philosopher. But his philosophy wasn't about abstract, detached speculation. It was about understanding us, how our minds work, how we come to believe what we believe, and how we often fool ourselves along the way. He was the friendly, sociable skeptic, gently prodding at assumptions, always with a twinkle in his eye, urging us to question everything, but with a good-natured spirit. His friends included the likes of Adam Smith, and he was renowned across Europe not just for his intellect, but for his delightful personality. He lived a life rich in experience, and that experience fed directly into his revolutionary ideas about human nature and knowledge. When I first picked up An Inquiry Concerning Human Understanding, I'll be honest, I braced myself. I anticipated a dry, dense, academic slog, the kind of book you feel you should read, but secretly dread. I expected to find a few nuggets of wisdom buried under layers of archaic language and obscure arguments. But what I found was something else entirely. It wasn't just interesting, it was a revelation. It wasn't a historical artifact. It felt like it was written asterisk for asterisk this very moment. This book didn't just add to my knowledge, it changed the very architecture of how I process information, how I approach arguments, how I discern truth from belief, and how I recognize the limits of my own understanding. It completely upended my preconceptions about what philosophy could be and, more importantly, what it could do for a modern mind navigating a world awash in data and competing claims. Think about our world today. We're bombarded by information headlines, social media feeds, expert opinions, conspiracy theories, conflicting scientific studies. It's a maelstrom of data, and it's increasingly difficult to tell what's solid ground and what's shifting sand. How do we make sense of it all? How do we think clearly? How do we avoid falling prey to misinformation or our own inherent biases? This is precisely where Hume steps in, centuries after his quill first touched parchment. An inquiry concerning human understanding isn't just a historical text, it's a practical, indispensable user manual for the human mind. It dissects the very mechanisms of thought, perception, and belief. It shows us how our brains assemble reality from sensory data, how we form connections, how we reason, and crucially, where those processes often go wrong. It's a guide to thinking with more clarity, with greater precision, and perhaps most importantly in our often dogmatic age, with profound humility. Hume provides a framework for understanding not just the world around us, but the world asterisk within asterisk us, the intricate, often messy, workings of our own cognition. It's a tool for intellectual self-defense and a blueprint for intellectual growth. My goal with this video series isn't just to talk asterisk about asterisk David Hume's genius, or to merely summarize his arguments. It's to translate his profound insights into something genuinely actionable for asterisk your asterisk modern life. We're going to pull these 250-year-old ideas out of the academic ivory tower and bring them directly into the everyday challenges you face. We'll explore how Hume's radical skepticism can help you navigate fake news, how his analysis of cause and effect can sharpen your decision-making, and how his lessons on custom and habit can illuminate everything from your daily routines to societal norms. We'll see how his ideas foster a healthier intellectual curiosity and a much-needed intellectual humility. So, if you're ready to look at the world and your own mind through a profoundly different lens, if you're ready to question assumptions you didn't even know you had, and if you're ready to equip yourself with tools for clearer thinking in an age that desperately needs it, then you are in the right place. Get ready to have your mind blown, just like mine was. Welcome back to our journey into David Hume's An Inquiry Concerning Human Understanding. As we embark on Chapter 1, The Mind's Building Blocks, Impressions, and Ideas, we're diving into the very foundation of Hume's philosophy, a remarkably simple yet profoundly radical concept that underpins everything he discusses. Hume proposes that everything our mind perceives or experiences can be neatly categorized into two distinct types: asterisk impressions asterisk and asterisk ideas asterisk. Think of them as the raw, immediate data of existence and their subsequent, fainter copies. Let's illustrate this with a vivid, relatable example. Imagine for a moment the accidental experience of touching a hot stove. That immediate, searing pain, the intense heat, the involuntary yelp or recoil, that vivid, forceful, and lively sensation experienced right now is what Hume calls an impression . Impressions encompass all our sensations, passions, and emotions precisely as they first enter our consciousness. They are the direct, unmediated reality of what we see, hear, feel, taste, smell, or experience internally in their most potent and undeniable form. Now, later, when you reflect on that unfortunate incident, perhaps you wince slightly, recalling the pain, or imagine the radiating heat. That memory, that faint mental image of the experience, is an idea. Ideas, for Hume, are merely copies or reproductions of our impressions. They are inherently less vivid, less forceful, and less lively than the original, direct experience. The memory of touching the hot stove, while clear, doesn't possess the same overwhelming intensity as the actual burn did. Similarly, your imagination, a breathtaking sunset, no matter how detailed, can never quite replicate the richness and vibrancy of witnessing the real thing. Ideas are the mental tools we employ when we think, reason, plan, or remember. This fundamental distinction, though seemingly straightforward, carries a truly revolutionary implication. Hume asserts that all our thoughts, no matter how elaborate, how abstract, or how profound, ultimately derive from these direct sensory experiences. Every single concept, every notion we grasp, must trace its lineage back to an initial impression. If we cannot identify the originating impression or the collection of impressions from which an idea was formed, Hume would urge us to question its meaning and even its very existence, arguing it might be an empty, baseless concept. This stance directly challenges a long-standing philosophical belief prevalent in Hume's era, known as innate ideas. Many thinkers posited that humans were born with certain pre-installed knowledge, fundamental concepts inherently woven into the fabric of our minds from birth. Hume, as a staunch empiricist, unequivocally rejects this notion. He contends that our minds arrive in the world not pre-loaded with content, but rather as blank slates, or, more accurately, with the capacity to learn, to perceive, to experience, and to forge connections. All our knowledge, every understanding we possess, begins with sensory input. For instance, our idea of a mermaid isn't innate. It's a creative combination of the idea of a woman derived from impressions of women and the idea of a fish derived from impressions of fish. We simply arrange pre-existing ideas. So, what does this foundational concept mean for us in our everyday lives? Hume's framework serves as a powerful invitation to cultivate greater mindfulness, to become more acutely aware of our direct, sensory engagement with the world around us. Take a moment right now to truly feel the texture of your clothes, to hear the distant hum of your environment, to see the interplay of light and shadow in your room. By paying closer, more deliberate attention to these immediate impressions, we gain a deeper, more visceral understanding of how our own minds construct and interpret reality. It's an encouragement to scrutinize the origins of our beliefs and thoughts, to ask ourselves what tangible experience gave rise to this idea. What are its empirical roots? This isn't merely an academic exercise, it's a practical pathway to clearer, more grounded thinking and a richer, more profound appreciation for the raw, unadulterated data our senses provide. In essence, Hume posits that impressions are the undeniable bedrock of our understanding, the fundamental currency of our consciousness. Ideas are the echoes, the shadows, the reflections, the memories of that vibrant, immediate reality. Grasping this distinction is the absolutely crucial first step in comprehending how Hume proceeds to dismantle much of traditional metaphysics and fundamentally reshape our entire view of knowledge itself. We've only just begun to scratch the surface, and in our next chapter, we'll delve into how these basic building blocks are then associated and combined to form more complex thoughts and reasoning. Welcome back to our exploration of David Hume's groundbreaking work, An Enquiry Concerning Human Understanding. In our first chapter, we delved into Hume's distinction between impressions and ideas, understanding how our perceptions form the raw material of our thought. Now, in Chapter 2, we move from the building blocks of thought to the very architecture of the mind itself, focusing on what Hume termed the association of ideas. Imagine your brain not just as a storage unit for discrete thoughts, but as a sophisticated internal playlist, constantly shuffling and connecting one tune to the next, often without you even realizing it. This isn't random. Hume observed that our minds naturally and automatically link ideas together, almost like a pre-programmed mental algorithm. He identified 3 fundamental principles governing this incredible, everyday process: resemblance, contiguity in time or place, and cause or effect. Let's unpack these. First, resemblance asks. This is perhaps the most intuitive. When you see a photograph, say, of an old friend, your mind instantly and effortlessly brings that friend to the forefront of your thoughts. The image, though just a flat piece of paper or pixels on a screen, resembles the person, triggering the associated idea. It's why a painting of a landscape might make you think of a recent vacation to a similar place, or a familiar melody evokes memories of a specific time in your life. Our brains are wired to find similarities and draw connections based on those likenesses. Next, we have contiguity in time or place. This principle describes how ideas that are often experienced together in space or time become linked in our minds. Think about your home. If you're standing in your kitchen, it's highly probable that your mind will wander to your living room, or your dining area, or perhaps the garden just outside. These spaces are physically adjacent, they share a common setting, and you experience them sequentially or in close proximity. Similarly, hearing the first notes of a song might immediately bring to mind the entire rest of the track, simply because you've always heard them together. Our mental maps are built not just on individual points, but on the pathways between them, forged by repeated experiences of nearness. Finally, and most powerfully, we arrive at cause and effect. While resemblance and contiguity are strong, Hume argued that cause and effect is the most robust and pervasive connector of ideas, forming the very bedrock of how we understand and reason about the world around us. Think about it. If you see smoke, you immediately expect fire. If you hear a distant thunderclap, you brace for rain. We infer an unobserved cause from an observed effect, or an unobserved effect from an observed cause. This isn't simply remembering that fire and smoke often appear together. That would be contiguity. It's a deeper, more predictive connection. We don't just associate them. We believe one asterisk produces the other. Our entire understanding of physics, biology, and even human behavior is fundamentally built on our innate tendency to perceive and predict cause and effect relationships. It's what allows us to navigate the world, to learn from experience, and to anticipate future events. Without this principle, Our reasoning would be severely limited, confined only to what is immediately present to our senses. This trio of principles, resemblance, contiguity, and cause and effect forms the fundamental algorithm by which our minds operate. Doesn't this sound remarkably similar to how modern technology works? Consider a search engine. When you type in a query, its algorithm doesn't just pull up exact matches, it suggests related terms based on resemblance, often visited pages, contiguity in usage, and popular results often linked by implied cause and effect. E.g., searching for flu symptoms will likely bring up cold remedies or doctor appointments. Or think about your social media feed. Platforms like YouTube or TikTok constantly offer you recommended for you content, learning your preferences and serving up videos that resemble ones you've watched, are from creators you follow. Contiguity, or are popular outcomes of certain trends or topics. Cause and effect. Hume, writing centuries ago, was essentially describing the proto-algorithm of the human mind, a predictive engine before the advent of silicon. It's this automatic, often subconscious process of association that truly drives the engine of our cognitive life. It's the wellspring of Haastrisk creativity, allowing us to bridge seemingly disparate ideas to form new concepts or solutions. It's the invisible force behind Haastrisk, Memoristrix, enabling one thought or sensory input to retrieve a cascade of related recollections. And it's the bedrock of our asterisk, everyday thinking asterisk, making sense of the chaotic stream of impressions we encounter moment by moment. Without these associative links, our minds would be a jumble of unconnected data points, incapable of coherent thought, imagination, or effective interaction with the world. Hume's insights here are profound, revealing how our brains are not passive recipients of information, but active weavers of connections. These natural tendencies to associate ideas aren't chosen, they are fundamental mechanisms that shape our reality and allow us to build a coherent understanding of the universe and our place within it. As we move forward, we'll see how Hume meticulously dissects the implications of these associations, particularly the most powerful one, cause and effect, leading us to some startling conclusions about the limits of human knowledge itself. Welcome back. In our last chapter, we peeled back the layers of how we acquire knowledge and the limits of our perception. Now prepare yourselves, because Chapter 3, titled The Great Deception, is where David Hume delivers his most famous and perhaps most unsettling blow to our common sense understanding of the world. He's about to challenge something so fundamental, so deeply ingrained, that it might just make you question everything you thought you knew about how the world works and how you perceive reality itself. Think about this when you watch a game of billiards. A cue ball rolls across the table, strikes another ball, and that second ball then moves. What do you see? You see the first ball moving. You see it make contact with the second ball. You see the second ball start to move. That's it, right? You might say the first ball caused the second ball to move. You might feel that there was a force transferred, an invisible push, a necessary connection. But Hume asks us to look closer, to truly examine our experience. Did you actually perceive that force? Did you observe the causation itself, that undeniable power linking the two events? Or did you merely witness a sequence of events? Hume's radical and shocking answer is that we never actually perceive causation in the world. What we perceive is merely one event following another, repeatedly. The cue ball hitting the second ball, and then the second ball moving, again and again. This repeated succession, this consistent regularity, is what Hume terms constant conjunction. Our minds, these remarkable and incredibly efficient pattern recognition machines, are designed to make sense of the world around us, to anticipate what comes next. When we observe event A consistently followed by event B, fire followed by heat, falling objects followed by impact, a switch flip followed by a light coming on, our minds automatically begin to anticipate B whenever A occurs. We take this observed correlation, this unbroken sequence, and, over time, our minds transform it into causation. We project an imagined necessity onto what is, in reality, just a sequence of occurrences. We infer an invisible, necessary link that simply isn't present in our direct sensory experience. This brings us to Hume's earth-shattering conclusion: our deep-seated belief in cause and effect does not come from logical deduction. It doesn't come from any sensory observation of an actual, invisible causal force or power linking two events. Instead, our unshakable conviction that the cue ball asterisk must asterisk make the second ball move, or that fire asterisk must asterisk produce heat, or that gravity asterisk must asterisk pull objects down, arises purely from what Hume calls custom or habit. It's a psychological predisposition, a mental shortcut formed by repeated experience. We asterisk expect asterisk B to follow A because it always asterisk has asterisk in our past. It's a deeply ingrained habit of thought, an expectation, not an objective truth we've discovered in the independent fabric of reality itself. Hume argues that there is no logical contradiction in imagining that when the cue ball strikes the second ball might asterisk not asterisk move, or it might disappear, or it might turn into a pigeon. Our past experience makes these scenarios seem absurd and impossible, but Hume highlights that they are not logically impossible. Our expectation is simply a product of our repeated observations, not a necessary consequence of reason. Now, this isn't just a clever philosophical trick to sow doubt. The implications of Hume's argument are nothing short of monumental, particularly for our understanding of science and the very laws of nature. For centuries, philosophers and scientists believed that through careful observation and rigorous reasoning, we could uncover the fundamental, necessary, and unbreakable causal links that govern the entire universe. Newton's laws of motion, for instance, were seen as descriptions of these absolute, unshakable, and absolutely certain connections. But if Hume is right, then these laws are not absolute certainties, but rather extremely powerful, incredibly reliable, and remarkably consistent descriptions of patterns. They are descriptions of constant conjunctions that have held true time and time again within our collective human experience. Consider the rising sun. The sun has risen every day of human existence, leading us to believe it asterisk must asterisk rise tomorrow. But according to Hume, this belief is an expectation based on habit and uniform past experience, not a logical certainty that tomorrow the sun asterisk cannot asterisk fail to rise. We have no rational, deductive ground to assert that the future will necessarily resemble the past. We asterisk assume asterisk it will, and this assumption, this habit of mind, underpins all scientific prediction, experimentation, and our everyday functioning. Science, then, doesn't uncover some mystical, hidden causal glue. Instead, it becomes a magnificent and profoundly useful endeavor of observing, describing, and predicting these patterns with incredible precision. It helps us navigate the world with astounding success, build technologies, and understand complex systems. But it can't, Hume argues, reveal an underlying, unseen, necessary causal power that holds everything together. Its laws are incredibly robust correlations, not indubitable necessities. They are powerful descriptions of how things do behave, not absolute proclamations of how things must behave under all conceivable circumstances, forever and without exception. This doesn't diminish the utility or predictive power of science. On the contrary, it celebrates its empirical success. It merely redefines the nature of its claims, shifting them from absolute metaphysical certainty to incredibly high probability based on observed regularities and the assumption that nature will continue to act uniformly. So, when Hume speaks of the great deception, he's talking about the illusion that we directly observe or logically deduce cause and effect in the world itself. Instead, he reveals it as a deeply ingrained psychological habit, an incredibly useful mental shortcut that allows us to function and predict in the world, but one that lacks a foundation in pure reason or direct sensory input. It's a sobering thought, isn't it? To realize that one of the most fundamental principles by which we understand and navigate our reality is, in essence, a trick of the mind. Welcome back. Our journey through Hume's Enquiry concerning human understanding now brings us to Chapter 4, the crystal ball fallacy, which directly confronts the monumental problem of induction. This chapter, perhaps more than any other, lays bare the fragility of what we consider our most robust knowledge. At its heart, the problem of induction is deceptively simple, yet profoundly unsettling. It challenges the very bedrock of our predictive reasoning. Hume asks, what logical guarantee do we have that the future will resemble the past? Does past consistency logically necessitate future consistency? Our immediate, instinctive answer is yes, of course. But Hume insists we look deeper. To truly grasp this, let's turn to a classic analogy famously popularized by Bertrand Russell, the inductivist turkey. Imagine a turkey living on a farm. From day one, it observes that every morning, at precisely 9 a.m., the farmer comes and feeds it. This happens reliably day after day, through sun and rain, through spring, summer, and autumn. The turkey, being rather intelligent, collects data hundreds, thousands of instances where feeding occurred at 9 a.m. It applies sophisticated inductive reasoning. Every day of my life, the farmer has fed me at 9 a.m. Therefore, it concludes with supreme confidence, the farmer will always feed me at 9 a.m. Life is good, predictable, and bountiful. The turkey's confidence grows stronger with each passing day of confirming evidence. Its theory becomes an ironclad law of its universe. Until, that is, the morning of Thanksgiving Day, when the farmer arrives at 9 a.m., not with food, but with an axe. The turkey's lifelong, empirically verified theory is dramatically, tragically, and fatally disproven in an instant. This morbid fable isn't just a grim joke, it's a stark illustration of Hume's point. All our predictions, from grand scientific theories to mundane daily assumptions, rely on this same unprovable assumption that the future will resemble the past. When a scientist predicts gravity's continued operation or a chemical reaction's consistent results, they're using induction. When you expect your car to start or a ball to fall, you're relying on this deeply ingrained, yet logically unprovable, premise. We assume nature's laws are uniform, not from logical proof, but from experience. It's a habit, a practical necessity, but never a logical certainty. Crucially, Hume isn't advocating abandoning science or descending into doubt. He was pragmatic. We cannot live without these inductive leaps. We must assume the sun will rise, bread will nourish, fire will burn. Our survival depends on it. Hume is saying we need profound intellectual humility about our knowledge claims. We acknowledge that knowledge about the future isn't strict logical demonstration, but based on experience, custom, and habit. Our predictive powers are useful and generally reliable, but not infallible. They rest on an act of faith in nature's uniformity, a faith logic cannot justify. This Humerian insight resonates powerfully in our modern world, where certainty often feels like a mirage. Consider economics. Experts analyze past market trends to predict inflation or growth. Yet, how often are predictions off? The assumption that past performance indicates future results is a continuous struggle. In politics, we observe historical patterns to forecast election outcomes, often surprised by the unforeseen. Even in personal life, we rely on induction, trusting relationships or career progression based on past interactions. But like the inductivist turkey, unforeseen circumstances or sudden disruptions can render our inductive theories useless. Hume invites us to acknowledge this inherent uncertainty, not in despair, but for a more honest, humble appraisal of our cognitive limitations. We are creatures of habit, guided by experience, not pure reason, when peering into the future. Tomorrow's crystal ball is cloudy, illuminated only by yesterday's patterns, and Hume teaches us the logical guarantee of its continued illumination is something we simply do not possess. Welcome back to our exploration of David Hume's groundbreaking and inquiry concerning human understanding. In this chapter, we tackle a question that has haunted philosophers, theologians, and everyday thinkers for millennia. Are you truly free, or are you merely a puppet of forces beyond your control? This is the age-old debate of free will versus determinism, and Hume, with characteristic brilliance, offers a surprisingly modern and liberating solution. For many, the concept of free will conjures images of an uncaused choice, a mysterious ability to defy the very laws of cause and effect that govern the rest of the universe. If every event has a cause, how can our choices be truly free? If they are caused, aren't they just consequences of prior events, making us mere cogs in a cosmic machine? Hume saw this framing as a misunderstanding, not just of freedom, but of the very nature of human action. So, what exactly did Hume mean by liberty? He didn't envision it as some magical power to break causality. Instead, Hume defined liberty quite simply as the power to act or not to act, according to the determinations of the will. Crucially, this means freedom from external constraints or coercion. If you choose to stay home tonight, and you are physically able to do so, you are free. If you are locked in a prison cell, you are not free to leave regardless of your desire. Your will determines the action, and there are no external obstacles preventing you from executing that determination. This is a practical, grounded understanding of freedom, devoid of metaphysical gymnastics. Now, this definition of liberty, Hume argues, is not only compatible with the idea of necessity that all events, including human actions, are caused, but it requires it. Think about it. If human actions were truly random, uncaused events, what would become of concepts like responsibility, morality, and trust? If a person's actions bore no predictable relation to their character, their motives, or their past behavior, how could we ever hold them accountable? How could we trust a promise or fear a threat if their choices were entirely arbitrary, unconnected to who they are? Hume makes a powerful case for society to function, for justice to exist. For us to even understand each other, we must assume a degree of predictability in human behavior. We infer motives from actions and actions from motives. We punish crimes because we believe such punishments influence future behavior, acting as a cause. If necessity, the regular conjunction of cause and effect, didn't apply to human actions, then all our legal systems, our ethical frameworks, and our social contracts would crumble into absurdity. Without the predictability that comes from actions being caused by character and motives, we would live in utter chaos, unable to make sense of ourselves or others. And here lies Hume's truly profound insight: your choices are free * precise, because * they are caused by your unique personality, your desires, your beliefs, and your character. If your choices were random, uncaused phenomena, they wouldn't be * yours *. They wouldn't flow from who you are. The very essence of what makes a choice * your * choice is that it originates from your internal landscape, your motives, your intentions, your reasons. It's because your actions are predictable consequences of your inner self that we can attribute them to you, praise you for them, blame you for them, and truly consider them free. You are not a puppet if your actions are dictated by * your own * internal programming, by the very essence of your being. The causes are internal, not external, and that distinction is key to Hume's definition of freedom. This elegant reconciliation of free will and determinism suggests that far from being restrictive, determinism, in Hume's sense, is what makes our choices meaningful. It grounds them in our identity. So, does this view of free will, where freedom means acting according to your own desires, and those desires are themselves products of your character and circumstances, feel empowering or restrictive to you? Does it make you feel more in control or less? Hume's solution, often called compatibilism, removes the philosophical tension between freedom and causation by redefining what we mean by free. It argues that freedom isn't the absence of causes, but the absence of * external * compulsion. In his vision, we are not puppets, but complex, self-determining agents whose choices, while caused, are profoundly * ours *. It's a perspective that resonates strongly even today, offering a pragmatic way to understand our place in a causal universe without sacrificing our sense of agency and moral responsibility. Welcome back to our journey through David Hume's An Inquiry Concerning Human Understanding. In Chapter 6, we delve into one of Hume's most famous and provocative applications of his philosophy, a skeptical examination of the belief in miracles. Prepare for a masterclass in critical thinking, a guide that remains remarkably relevant centuries after its first publication. Hume approaches the topic of miracles not as a theologian, but as an empiricist. He's not directly attacking faith or God's existence. Instead, his focus is sharply on the standards of evidence required to justify belief in something as extraordinary as a miracle. He asks a fundamental question: when would it be rational to believe a miracle has occurred? To answer this, Hume presents what we can imagine as a cosmic scale, a balance upon which we weigh competing pieces of evidence. On one side, he places the overwhelming, consistent, and uniform experience of the laws of nature. The sun rises, gravity holds us to the earth, fire burns, water wets, and living beings follow their natural life cycles. This immense, constant, universal observation forms what Hume terms proof and experience, leaving no room for doubt. On the other side of this scale, Hume places human testimony. Here reside claims of miracles. Someone tells us they saw a man walk on water or a dead person return to life. These events fundamentally contradict the well-established, uniform laws of nature that billions of observations have upheld. Now, consider Hume's definition of a miracle: a transgression of a law of nature by a particular volition of the deity or by the interposition of some invisible agent. It's an event that actively breaks a fundamental, unchanging rule of the universe. So, when these two sets of evidence are pitted against each other, what is the rational conclusion? Hume argues that it is always more probable that human testimony is flawed than that a law of nature has been broken. Human beings are fallible, prone to error, misperception, self-deception, exaggeration, and even fabrication. Motives for claiming a miracle are varied and powerful: desire for attention, reinforcing belief, genuine mistake, or deliberate lie. The true miracle, Hume argues, lies not in the supernatural event, but in believing the weaker evidence, human testimony, over the stronger, universally observed evidence of natural law. To credit a miracle based solely on testimony would require a suspension of rational judgment. He famously concluded, "No testimony is sufficient to establish a miracle unless the testimony be of such a kind that its falsehood would be more miraculous than the fact which it endeavors to establish." In essence, for us to believe a miracle, the lie or error of the witnesses would have to be more incredible than the miracle itself. It's vital to reiterate, Hume's argument is not an attack on religious faith or the possibility of divine intervention. He's not saying miracles can't happen. What he is doing is setting a tremendously high bar for rational belief in miracles based purely on human testimony. His target is belief grounded in empirical evidence and rational probability, not belief rooted in faith. And this is where Hume's Skeptic's Guide to Miracles transcends its historical context, becoming a powerful, timeless toolkit for the modern world. In an age saturated with information, misinformation, and extraordinary claims, from UFO sightings and conspiracy theories to unproven medical cures and unverifiable online claims, Hume's methodology provides an invaluable framework. When confronted with any astounding assertion, we apply Hume's scale. What is the uniform experience against this claim? What is the standard, observed reality? What is the nature and reliability of the testimony supporting the claim? Is the source biased? Is there corroborating evidence? Is it logical? By consistently weighing the overwhelming evidence for the ordinary against the inherently fallible nature of human report, we equip ourselves with a robust defense against credulity and a means to evaluate the world with intellectual rigor. Hume empowers us as critical thinkers, demanding exceptional evidence for exceptional claims. It's a call for intellectual honesty, a potent reminder that the burden of proof always rests with those making extraordinary claims. This chapter, then, isn't merely about miracles. It's about the very foundations of evidence, reason, and what it means to truly understand the world. It sets the stage for discerning truth from fiction in every aspect of our lives. Welcome back to our journey through David Hume's An Inquiry Concerning Human Understanding. Today, we arrive at one of his most startling and influential insights: one that continues to challenge our fundamental assumptions about who we are. We're delving into Chapter 7, which we've titled "The Self is a Ghost, the Bundle Theory." Hume, with his characteristic rigor, applied his empirical method not just to the external world, but to our inner experience. He wanted to find the self, that core, enduring entity we all believe ourselves to be. So, let's try to follow in his footsteps for a moment. I invite you to do a quick thought experiment with me. Close your eyes for a moment, if you can safely do so, or simply direct your attention inward. Now, try to find the thing that is you. Not your thoughts, not your feelings, not your memories, not your sensations. Strip away the thought you're currently having about this idea. Strip away the feeling of curiosity or skepticism. Strip away the memory of what you had for breakfast. Can you isolate that central I? That unchanging, solid, distinct entity that experiences all these things? Most people, upon careful introspection, find this task incredibly difficult, if not impossible. When you look inward, what do you usually find? A thought, perhaps, about your to-do list. A feeling of comfort or discomfort. A sound, a fleeting image, a memory resurfacing. Hume came to precisely this conclusion. He found that whenever he looked for the self, he always stumbled upon some particular perception or another of heat or cold, light or shade, love or hatred, pain or pleasure. He never caught himself at any time without a perception, and never observed anything but the perception itself. The self, as a separate, enduring substance, seemed to elude him completely. So, what did he propose instead? Hume argued that there is no single, enduring entity we call a self. Instead, what we perceive as our self is merely a constantly moving stream, or a bundle of thoughts, feelings, perceptions, and memories, succeeding each other with inconceivable rapidity and in a perpetual flux and movement. Think of it this way: imagine a film. A film appears to be a continuous, single story, flowing seamlessly from beginning to end. But what is it actually? It's a rapid succession of individual, static frames, projected one after another at speed. The illusion of continuous motion, of a coherent story, is created by the rapid succession of these distinct, individual frames. In the same way, our self is not a solid, unchanging thing, but rather this rapid succession of individual perceptions, thoughts, feelings, sensations which create the illusion of a single, continuous, enduring me. We are, in a sense, a story constantly being told, rather than a fixed character within it. This ancient philosophical insight, proposed by Hume centuries ago, resonates powerfully with modern understandings from diverse fields. In neuroscience, for instance, we're increasingly seeing evidence that there isn't a single, centralized self-module in the brain. Instead, the sense of self appears to be an emergent property, a complex illusion arising from the distributed activity of countless neural networks, constantly processing and integrating information. Similarly, in mindfulness practices, a core teaching is to observe thoughts and feelings as transient phenomena without attaching to them as defining aspects of a fixed self. You are encouraged to notice them, let them pass, and recognize their impermanent nature, much like clouds drifting across the sky. Now, this idea that the self is a ghost, an illusion, a bundle, might initially sound unsettling, even a little bleak, but paradoxically, it holds incredible liberating potential. If you are not a fixed, unchanging entity, then you are not bound by who you were yesterday or even 5 minutes ago. Your self is not a concrete statue, but a dynamic, ever-changing process. You are not fixed, but a flowing river. This means you have the profound capacity for transformation. You are not defined by your past mistakes, your failures, or even your successes. Every moment offers a fresh opportunity to contribute to the ongoing creation of your bundle. You can choose to cultivate new thoughts, new feelings, new perceptions. It's an invitation to embrace fluidity, growth, and continuous becoming. The self isn't something to find, it's something to continually create. It's a living narrative, constantly being rewritten, open to endless possibilities. And in that, there is immense freedom. Welcome back to our journey through David Hume's groundbreaking An Enquiry Concerning Human Understanding. Today, we confront one of Hume's most provocative and enduring claims, found in Chapter 8, Reason is a Slave, the Role of Passion. Here, Hume drops a philosophical bombshell that challenges millennia of thought. Reason is, and ought only to be, the slave of the passions, and can never pretend to any other office than to serve and obey them. This statement directly challenges the traditional view that reason is the supreme ruler of the mind, a cold, logical commander battling chaotic emotions. We've often been taught that true wisdom lies in transcending our desires, letting pure logic dictate our actions. Hume, however, flips this hierarchy entirely. He argues that reason, far from being the master, is merely a sophisticated tool, a brilliant strategist, but one ultimately directed by our passions, our emotions, and our desires. It doesn't tell us what to want, it merely tells us how to achieve what we already want. Consider your daily life. Do you use reason to decide that you want to go on holiday? No. That desire, that yearning for a new experience or a break from routine springs from a passion. Once that passion arises, then your reason activates. It's your reason that diligently researches flight prices, compares hotel reviews, plots itineraries, and calculates your budget to make that desired holiday a reality. Similarly, if you desire good health, that's a passion. Reason then helps you devise a diet plan or find a gym. Reason isn't the engine choosing the ultimate destination, it's the incredibly powerful GPS navigating the way to a destination already chosen by your internal compass of wants and needs. This concept extends profoundly into our understanding of morality. Many believe moral judgments are the pinnacle of rational thought, universal principles dictating right from wrong. But Hume contends our moral judgments also originate from our passions, specifically from moral sentiments. We don't logically deduce that kindness is good or cruelty is bad. Instead, we feel approval when witnessing generosity, and we feel disapproval, even revulsion, when confronted with needless suffering. Reason can analyze consequences, compare scenarios, or help articulate why we feel a certain way, but it cannot, Hume argues, generate the fundamental moral distinction itself. For instance, reason can tell you an act of violence causes physical harm and legal ramifications. But it is our inherent human capacity for empathy, our aversion to pain, our sympathetic connection to others' suffering, that makes us feel violence is wrong. The judgment of wrongness isn't a logical deduction, but a sentiment. What's deeply humanizing about Hume's perspective is that it places empathy and our shared emotional landscape at the very core of our ethical lives. If morality isn't dictated by abstract, cold logic, but springs from our feelings of approval and disapproval, our capacity for sympathy, then our ability to connect with others on an emotional level becomes paramount. It roots our ethics not in an elusive realm of pure reason, but in the very fabric of our shared humanity. It suggests that understanding and cultivating our emotions, especially our capacity for compassion, is central to living a moral life. This doesn't render morality arbitrary, rather, it grounds it in our common human nature, our universal capacity to experience joy, sorrow, and pain, and our innate social instincts. So, when Hume declares reason is a slave of the passions, he isn't diminishing reason's power. Rather, he's reframing its role, acknowledging its incredible utility as a tool, a brilliant servant to our deepest drives. He's presenting a more realistic and, for many, a more relatable account of human motivation and moral judgment. It's a profound shift that challenges us to look inward, not just at our logical deductions, but at the wellspring of our desires and sentiments, to truly understand what makes us act, and indeed, what makes us human. Welcome back, truth seekers, to Chapter 9, where we bring Hume's profound insights together under the banner of the wisdom of doubt, specifically what he terms mitigated skepticism. After dissecting our understanding of cause and effect, the self, and the limits of reason, you might be feeling a little uncertain. And that, my friends, is precisely the point. But it's crucial to understand what Hume isn't advocating for here. When we talk about skepticism, many immediately conjure images of radical doubt, the kind of philosophy that suggests we can know absolutely nothing, that all reality is unknowable, leading to a kind of intellectual paralysis. Hume, for all his revolutionary insights, was emphatically not a proponent of this radical, debilitating skepticism. He lived in the world, just like us, and acknowledged that our minds, by their very nature, form beliefs, make predictions, and operate on probabilities. Hume's skepticism is practical, grounded, and ultimately deeply human. It doesn't deny our capacity to experience or act. Instead, it refines how we approach those experiences and actions. It's about recognizing the limitations of our certainty, not abolishing knowledge altogether. So, if not radical doubt, what then is mitigated skepticism? It's a balanced, measured approach to belief and knowledge. Imagine a scale. On one side, you have the dogmatic certainty, the unwavering conviction that one possesses ultimate truth, often without sufficient evidence. On the other, you have that paralyzing, radical doubt, the inability to believe anything, to commit to any course of action. Mitigated skepticism seeks the harmonious middle ground. It's a call to intellectual humility, urging us to proportion our belief precisely to the evidence presented. In our current era, an age often defined by echo chambers and the rapid spread of misinformation, the importance of this intellectual humility cannot be overstated. We are constantly bombarded with claims, opinions, and facts from every direction. Without a healthy dose of mitigated skepticism, without the willingness to question and critically evaluate, we become susceptible to the loudest voices, the most charismatic demagogues, or simply the algorithms that feed us what we already believe. Hume's philosophy provides an antidote, a framework for robust, critical thinking that allows us to navigate this complex landscape with greater discernment. It's about being open-minded, yes, but not so open-minded that your brains fall out, as the saying goes. It's about earning your convictions. Perhaps one of the most liberating aspects of embracing mitigated skepticism is the freedom that comes from being comfortable saying, "I don't know," or "I could be wrong." In a world that often rewards absolute certainty and penalizes perceived weakness, admitting the limits of your knowledge can feel counterintuitive. Yet, there is immense strength and integrity in it. It frees you from the burden of having to defend an indefensible position, of pretending to an omniscience you don't possess. It opens the door to genuine dialogue, learning from others, and the continuous refinement of your own understanding. This is not weakness, it is intellectual courage. And here's where we fundamentally reframe our perception of doubt. Too often, doubt is seen as a negative force, an impediment to progress, a sign of indecision, or a lack of faith. But for Hume, and for us, doubt is the very engine of curiosity and learning. It's the spark that ignites inquiry. If we were absolutely certain about everything, if our knowledge was complete and infallible, there would be no reason to explore, to investigate, to ask why or how. Doubt, in its mitigated form, is not about disbelieving everything. It's about questioning everything with an open mind. It's the discomfort of the unknown that propels us towards discovery. It drives scientific progress, fuels philosophical debate, and encourages personal growth. We never stop seeking, never stop refining our models of the world. So, to live with Hume's wisdom of doubt is to adopt a philosophy of continuous learning and intellectual honesty. It means resisting the allure of easy answers and the comfort of unchallenged assumptions. It means cultivating a mind that is both analytical and adaptable, robust enough to form beliefs based on evidence, yet flexible enough to revise them when new evidence emerges. It means engaging with the world not as a dogmatist or a nihilist, but as a perpetual student, humble in the face of grand mysteries, yet confident in the power of careful observation and reasoned inquiry. It's about living thoughtfully, acting judiciously, and always being prepared to ask one more question. You've explored David Hume's Enquiry concerning human understanding grasping his radical ideas about knowledge and self. But philosophy isn't just a subject, it's a way of living. Our 7-day Hume challenge, Think Like a Philosopher, is designed to help you actively integrate Hume's core insights into your daily reality, turning abstract concepts into concrete practice. Ready to step into Hume's shoes for a week and experience your world anew? Let's dive in. We begin with Hume's foundational distinction: impressions versus ideas. Impressions are the vivid, immediate data of your experience, what you directly see, hear, feel, taste, and smell in the present moment. Ideas are the fainter copies of these impressions, your thoughts, memories, and imaginings about them. For day 1 and day 2, your mission is simple practice noticing this difference. Throughout your day, become a gentle observer of your own mind. The heat of a coffee mug, its aroma, the sight of steam, these are impressions. Thinking this coffee is delicious, or I need more beans, are ideas. A memory of yesterday's sunset is an idea, watching today's sunset is an impression. Simply categorize them: impression, idea. You'll sharpen your awareness of what's truly immediate versus what's a mental construction, appreciating the raw, vibrant data of existence before your thoughts interpret it. Experience the present moment as unfiltered impressions. Next, Hume's revolutionary critique of cause and effect. We naturally assume a necessary connection when one event consistently follows another. Hume argued we never observe this necessary connection, only constant conjunction. We see B** after A, not that B** must happen because of A. For day 3 and day 4, become a Humean detective. Every time you assume a cause and effect relationship, pause. Ask, am I seeing a necessary connection or just a familiar pattern? When you flip a light switch and the light comes on, our minds say, flipping the switch asterisk causes asterisk the light. Hume would prompt, do you asterisk see asterisk the invisible force compelling the light to obey? Or do you simply have a history of observations where these two events are constantly conjoined? This isn't about denying the switch works, but understanding the limits of what we truly know about underlying necessity. Challenge these habitual assumptions. Notice how often your certainty about causation stems from repeated experience, not direct insight. This practice cultivates intellectual humility. For day 5 and 6, we turn inward to Hume's challenge to the nature of the self. Hume argued that when introspecting, he found only a bundle of constantly changing perceptions, never a fixed, permanent self. For these 2 days, dedicate 5 to 10 minutes to quiet introspection. Find a peaceful spot, close your eyes, and observe your consciousness. Notice thoughts, memories, sensations, emotions arising and passing. Watch them without judgment. The key is asterisk, not asterisk, to seek a single, executive self behind these experiences. Instead, experience yourself as this very flow of perceptions, a thought, then a feeling, then a sound. Hume suggests this ever-changing collection asterisk is asterisk the self you find a dynamic process, not a static entity. This exercise offers a nuanced, Humean understanding of identity, seeing it as a vibrant, unfolding tapestry. It's a liberating perspective, embracing your being's fluidity. On our final day, day 7, we explore Hume's ethical philosophy. Moral judgments are ultimately rooted in sentiment, not pure reason. When we declare something right or wrong, we're often expressing a deep-seated feeling or passion. Reason helps us achieve our ends, but our desires dictate those ends. Today, your challenge is to become acutely aware of the emotional undercurrents of your moral judgments. When a situation sparks strong approval or disapproval, a news story, an interaction, pause and ask, what core feeling or passion drives this conclusion of right or wrong? Is it sympathy, indignation, aesthetic distaste, or approval of an action promoting well-being? If you declare charity is good, dig deeper. Is it rational utility, or profound compassion, or a positive sentiment towards generosity? By connecting moral pronouncements back to their emotional origins, you'll gain a richer understanding of human ethics' subjective foundations, as Hume suggested. This reveals the powerful, often subconscious, role of our feelings in shaping our ethical landscape. Congratulations! You've completed your 7-day Hume challenge. You've moved beyond merely asterisk reading asterisk Hume to actively asterisk living asterisk his philosophy. You've distinguished impressions from ideas, questioned cause and effect, experienced the self as perceptions, and uncovered the emotional roots of your moral judgments. This journey isn't about cynicism. It's about cultivating deeper intellectual honesty, sharper self-awareness, and profound appreciation for the human mind. Hume isn't trying to strip away meaning. He's inviting us to look closely at asterisk, how asterisk we create it. Keep these practices alive. Let them be a starting point for lifelong philosophical inquiry. The world, through Hume's lens, becomes a place of constant wonder and delightful challenge. Thank you for joining us. After delving deep into the revolutionary insights of David Hume's asterisk and Enquiry concerning human understanding asterisk, we arrive at a crucial point, distilling his profound philosophy into actionable wisdom. This isn't just an academic exercise, it's about grasping the core ideas that can genuinely reshape how you perceive reality, make decisions, and understand your place in the world. We're going to crystallize Hume's most powerful and life-altering takeaways into 3 easily remembered and shared points, a true Hume in a nutshell for navigating modern life. Let's begin with our first profound takeaway. All knowledge comes from experience. This isn't just a philosophical statement. It's a fundamental principle urging you to live as a curious empiricist. Hume argued our minds aren't born preloaded with complex ideas. Instead, every concept, understanding, and belief is built upon the raw data of our senses, what we see, hear, touch, taste, smell, and our reflections on those experiences. Think, how do you know fire is hot? Not by reasoning, but by feeling its heat or observing its effects. How do you know a dog? Through countless encounters, seeing breeds, hearing barks. Our entire mental landscape is woven from sensory input. The life-altering implication. Ground your beliefs in evidence. In a world of opinions, Hume provides a powerful intellectual compass. Don't passively accept ideas because they're popular or asserted by authority. Cultivate a skeptical, yet open mind. Ask what empirical basis, what experiences or verifiable facts support this belief. This means becoming an active participant in your understanding, constantly seeking first-hand experience and critically evaluating evidence. Be the scientist of your own life, always experimenting, observing, and refining your worldview based on what you actually encounter, not merely what you're told. Our second crucial insight from Hume is perhaps the most unsettling, yet liberating. Certainty is an illusion. This challenges our deep desire for absolute, unshakable truth. Hume meticulously demonstrated that our strongest beliefs, especially concerning cause and effect and the future, are not products of ironclad logic, but of habit and custom. Consider your belief the sun will rise tomorrow or a dropped object will fall. These aren't derived from pure reason. You cannot logically prove the future will resemble the past. We believe these because we've experienced them countless times. Our minds form a powerful habit of associating these events. Expectation is not logical necessity. This realization is profoundly humbling. It means even our most deeply held convictions rest on psychological expectation, not unassailable logic. There's no ultimate guarantor that what has happened will continue. The life-altering takeaway? Embrace humility and stay open-minded. Understanding your cherished truths are built on habit gives you incredible intellectual flexibility. It encourages questioning your assumptions, being less dogmatic, and acknowledging humanity's inherent understanding limits. This isn't nihilism, but a more realistic and compassionate engagement. Recognizing others' differing beliefs also stem from unique experiences fosters empathy, reducing rigid judgment. It allows continuous learning, understanding that while we act on current knowledge, we should always be ready to update it. Certainty might be an illusion, but curiosity and willingness to evolve are wisdom's bedrock. Finally, our third, perhaps most personally empowering revelation from Hume. Passion is your guide. This challenges centuries of philosophy, elevating reason as the supreme ruler of human behavior. Hume famously declared that reason is, and ought only to be, the slave of the passions, and can never pretend to any other office than to serve and obey them. What does this mean? It means acknowledging your fundamental goals, ultimate desires, and moral compass are not dictated by cold logic, but by your feelings, emotions, passions. Reason cannot tell you what to value. It can only tell you how to achieve what you already value. For instance, reason helps build a bridge, but not why you should, or if it's good or bad. Those judgments spring from deeper emotional wellsprings. The life-altering implication: assess your feelings, determine your goals and moral compass, use reason as a trusted tool to navigate the world instead of fighting or suppressing emotions. Hume invites you to recognize their fundamental role in defining what matters to you. What truly inspires you? What stirs indignation? These are indicators of your true motivations. Reason then becomes an invaluable instrument. It's the strategist, the calculator, the planner helping you effectively pursue the ends your passions have set. If you desire health, reason helps choose diet. If you value justice, reason helps understand legal systems. It helps anticipate consequences, weigh options, and find the most efficient path. It is a powerful servant to your deepest self. This perspective liberates you from trying to rationally justify every core value. It allows you to embrace your authentic self, understand emotional roots of convictions, and empower yourself with sharp reasoning to live a life aligned with those passions. It's about wise emotional intelligence, not emotional suppression. We've now traversed the often challenging, yet undeniably liberating and illuminating terrain of David Hume's seminal work, An Inquiry Concerning Human Understanding. We've confronted his radical empiricism, dissected his incisive skepticism regarding causation and induction, pondered the very origins of our ideas and impressions, and peered into the fascinating, albeit sometimes unnerving, implications of a philosophy grounded purely in experience. This journey has not merely been about understanding Hume. It has been, I hope, a profound impetus for your own deeper understanding of the human mind and its inherent limits and capacities. As our focused exploration of Hume's Inquiry draws to a close, a new chapter, your personal philosophical journey, truly begins. This is not the end of the conversation, but merely a pivotal turning point. So, I invite you now to engage directly with the intellectual currents Hume has stirred within you. I pose this question to spark a vital dialogue, a collective reflection that enriches us all. Which of Hume's profound and often provocative ideas challenged your own deeply held beliefs the most? Share your thoughts, your struggles, and your epiphanies in the comments section below. Was it his relentless questioning of our intuitive understanding of cause and effect, forcing you to re-evaluate the very basis of scientific reasoning? Did his assertion that all our knowledge ultimately stems from sensory experience resonate profoundly, or perhaps provoke a strong counter-argument in your own mind? Or perhaps it was his nuanced insights into the role of passion over reason in human behavior that truly made you pause and reconsider your preconceived notions of rationality. Your unique perspective, your personal confrontation with these foundational concepts is not just welcome, it is essential. It is through this authentic, shared grappling with complex ideas that philosophy truly comes alive and evolves. Don't hesitate to articulate where Hume pushed your intellectual boundaries, or even where you found yourself in staunch disagreement. This is precisely how understanding deepens for everyone. If you found this journey into the depths of Hume's thought both intellectually stimulating and genuinely valuable, if it has ignited new lines of inquiry, offered fresh perspectives, or helped clarify some of philosophy's most enduring puzzles, then I earnestly encourage you to give this video a like. Your positive feedback is more than just an algorithm boost. It's a powerful signal to us that we are crafting content that truly resonates and fulfills its purpose, and it helps ensure that these crucial philosophical discussions reach a wider audience of equally curious and discerning minds across the digital landscape. Furthermore, if your appetite for nuanced, accessible, and thought-provoking philosophical content remains unsatisfied, and you wish to continue exploring the vast, intricate tapestry of human thought, presented always in a clear, humanized, and deeply engaging way, then I wholeheartedly invite you to subscribe to our channel. Here, we are passionately committed to making complex philosophical ideas not just understandable, but genuinely relatable to our contemporary lives, bridging the gap between ancient wisdom and modern challenges. By subscribing, you become a consistent participant in an ongoing intellectual adventure, empowering you to navigate the big questions with ever greater clarity, critical insight, and intellectual courage. And let me assure you, our collective philosophical journey here is far from over. Indeed, Hume's Enquiry did not merely offer conclusions, it ignited an intellectual firestorm, compelling an entire generation of subsequent thinkers to confront and respond to the profound challenges he so eloquently articulated. In our very next major philosophical exploration, we will shift our focus to one of the undisputed giants of Western philosophy, a figure whose intellectual awakening was directly spurred by Hume's radical skepticism, Immanuel Kant. Prepare yourselves for an upcoming, dedicated series titled Kant's Answer to Hume. In this monumental exploration, we will delve into Kant's revolutionary attempt re-establish the foundations of knowledge and morality, seeking to forge a new path that reconciles the undeniable power of reason with the indispensable role of human experience, all in the wake of Humean skepticism. It is a pivotal, indeed epoch-making, chapter in the grand narrative of Western thought, beautifully illustrating how one profound philosophical breakthrough inevitably sparks the next, weaving an enduring and dynamic dialogue that spans centuries and continues to shape our intellectual landscape today. This channel, you see, is far more than just a curated collection of videos. It is designed to be a vibrant, growing community of fellow inquirers, united by a shared passion for wisdom and understanding. We envision and cultivate this space as a modern agora, a dynamic digital forum where genuine curiosity and rigorous critical thinking are not merely tolerated, but enthusiastically celebrated and actively fostered. It's a unique sanctuary where diverse perspectives are genuinely welcomed, where thoughtful and respectful disagreement is seen as a productive pathway to deeper insight, and where the collective pursuit of understanding is genuinely regarded as a collaborative and immensely rewarding endeavor. Join us in this rich, ongoing conversation, contribute your unique insights, challenge prevailing assumptions, and learn invaluable lessons from others as we collectively navigate the intricate and often perplexing questions that define our shared human experience. Together, through respectful dialogue and sustained intellectual effort, we can make philosophy a truly living, breathing, and indispensable part of our daily intellectual lives, continuously sharpening our minds, broadening our horizons, and deepening our appreciation for the rich tapestry of human thought with every new idea we encounter and every old idea we critically re-examine. So, let your own inquiry concerning human understanding continue with renewed vigor and purpose. Engage deeply, reflect critically, question relentlessly, and explore boundlessly. For in truth, we are all, each in our own way, seeking a more profound understanding of ourselves, of our fellow humans, and of the vast, mysterious world that encompasses us all. Thank you sincerely for joining us on this profoundly stimulating intellectual adventure. Until our next philosophical encounter, keep questioning, keep thinking, and, above all, keep inquiring.